Hi, my name is Dan Clark, and I want to welcome you to Upscale Training Institute here in Boise, Idaho. And what we do here at Upscale Training Institute is we help people, wood finishers, to become actually world-class wood finishers. That is the very best in the business. Because we believe that if you're the best in the business, you'll get paid top dollar for what you do. And today I want to talk to you about a few secrets that I want to share with you on how to make $1 million in this industry in the next 5 years. That would mean you'd have to make $200,000 a year for the next 5 years to make $1 million. And I want to tell you how that's attainable. And how that's attainable is actually a few ways. I've realized there's a few things you have to do. One of the things that you have to do to reach this goal and work toward that goal is you've got to start your own finishing business. You literally have to start your own. I have worked for years for people working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, 12-hour days, Saturdays, and just work myself to death. And it seemed like the most I could ever make was $50,000 to $65,000 a year. That is not going to take you there. That's the 20-year plan, to get to $1 million in gross revenue. And that's not very fun. And I got to tell you, it's kind of like today in today's economy, that's like breaking even, okay? And so I want to encourage you to start your own business. You can literally start your own business in just a matter of a few days. There's places that you can go to get work tomorrow. All you got to have is the right equipment, the right training, and you can hit the ground running. And that's what we do here at Upscale Training Institute is we help you to hit the ground running. And if you're the best in the business, you're in demand. You don't even have to bid with the multitude of people that are scrambling to try to make a dollar doing finishing or kitchen refinishing. So the three things I want to tell you is, one, you got to have a business. Two, you got to be the best. I'm telling you, you got to know how to do all these finishes. Do you know how to do dye staining? Do you know how to do paint and glaze? Do you know how to do ragged on? Do you know how to do brushed on? Do you know how to do rub throughs? Do you know how to tone wood with dye stains? If you know how to do this, and we can train you to do this in about 4 days, we can do tons of samples and help you in every way to master all these, leave all these samples with you to where you can have a portfolio. And we're excited to do it. But here's the thing, you've got to be the best. You've got to have your own business. And I believe you've got to start refinishing kitchen cabinets. That is kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets, entertainment centers, stairwells even. You can make a lot of money. I remember years ago, I stumbled across this, and at the time I was making around $50,000 a year. And I decided to go off in my own business. I had a very wealthy guy tell me, he said, Dan, you're never, ever going to make enough money working for me, he said. You know what I mean? And he said, you've got to start your own business. If you want to take the vacations, if you want to go out and live the life that you want to live, you want to work when you want to work and not work when you don't want to work, he said, you've got to start your own business. So I started my own business, and he was right. And I started doing these kitchens. My first kitchen I started, I think it was $2,500. I did a kitchen for $2,500, if you can imagine. And then I moved it up a little bit and up a little bit. Anyway, I was at about $3,500, and I got to this job that I didn't want to do. I really didn't want to do it. And I told my wife, because it was a whitewash, and they wanted it to look like this beautiful cherry wood. And you can do it, but it takes a lot of steps. So I told her just quadruple the price. And so she quadrupled the price, and we were at like $6,500. And the kid come down, he says, how much is it? And I said, it'd be $6,500. And we were ready to run the other direction. And he took out his pen and he writes a check for $6,500. So we ended up doing his kitchen, and they loved it. And they said, we want you to do our whole house. And we're like, whoa. And so it was like $6,500, $7,500, $12,000, $20,000 a week, $65,000, $85,000. We ended up making close to $70,000 in that home. And I told Angela, I said, this is just a fluke. This is not going to happen again. This is not the norm. This is just people with a lot of money. The next house I went to, it was the exact same thing. It was between $60,000 and $70,000 we made in that home. And we did the same thing. We just refinished the cabinet. So for us, $6,500 a week was the norm for doing kitchen cabinets. And in there, we made more or less, right around that area. But that was kind of the average. So that averaged out to, leading up to and over 300,000. We made a couple years refinishing kitchen cabinets, my wife and me, and I think one other guy. So it was very lucrative, and we stumbled across it. And I can tell you, you can do a whole lot more with 300,000 or 200,000 than you can with 50,000. It is huge and it's enormous. And why would you work and slave doing the same type of work for somebody else for 50,000 when you could go to work for yourself and make over that and make way more over that, 3, 4, 5 times more than that. So that's what we do here at Upscale Training Institute. We train people to start their own business, to hit the ground running. We do one-on-one training where we come to you and we bring all our equipment. We do a job with you. You can even find a job and that'll pay for your training. We bring all kinds of sample boards and things that you can refinish on, and we leave them all with you. You'll have rub-throughs and glaze and paints and crackle lacquer and antiquing and distressing. We bring tons of wood and we leave it all with you so you can hit the ground running. We even bring equipment sometimes. So we have a come to you, a one-on-one come to you. We also have it where you come to us here in Idaho and train here and do a 3 to 4 day intensive. We also have online membership site where if you sign up for my membership site, you can call me direct and we can work together by phone. We can do so many things. I can make videos for you and so many other things. So we have that. We also have phone consultation. If you're stuck, if you need to know how to bid a job, if you say, hey, Dan, I got this job, I need to know how to bid it. I'll say, hey, send me some pictures. I've got this problem. Hey, send me a couple pictures. It's a really great way for you to not be ever stuck in this trade, to have direct access with me. I've got, like I said, 42 years in the business. And also, we have DVDs and all sorts of things and trainings that we've done. So I encourage you to check out my site. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're struggling with. Are you struggling to close deals? That's an easy one to fix. Are you struggling to make more money? I know a lot of people say, oh, the competition, is tough and I can't make any more money. I got to bid with everybody else. You shouldn't have to be bidding with everybody else. If you do the right presentation, you do this. You're up here. All the people should ask is, oh, God, I hope I can afford him. I hope I can afford him. He's the best in the business. But in order for you to be the best in the business, you've got to know you're the best in the business. You have to believe you're the best in the business. You have to know why. Why is your equipment better than somebody else's? Why is your technique better than somebody else's? Why do your finishes hold up better than theirs? Why don't their finishes hold up? If you know all that, then you know inside, that will read all over your face to your customer that this guy knows what he's doing. And nobody wants to have a kitchen that's defective, that's going to peel, chip, crack, turn yellow. Nobody wants that. So if you present yourself right, as 100% confident, 100% you've done this, you've trained with me, you're not reinventing the wheel, that's how you hit the ground running. And when you show up with that kind of persona, you get the jobs. All it's a matter of is a little money. Maybe you need to come down a couple hundred or whatever. But before you know it, your reputation takes off. And once your reputation takes off, everything changes. You're just in demand. Designers want you. All sorts of people want you. They want the best. They want people that can do all of this stuff. So like I said, we train people to become world-class finishers, and we also train people to become the highest paid wood finishers, kitchen refinishers in the business. So remember that. In order to make $1 million in 5 years, you have to make $200,000 a year. That's fairly easy in the kitchen cabinet refinishing business. And some of that depends on where you live. I mean, if you live out in the middle of nowhere, there's nobody around that's finishing cabinets or upgrading or doing anything like that, it's going to be a little more hard. But if you live in an area like a city or something like that, it's really easy to do. It's really easy to do. And so that's pretty cool. And kitchen refinishing is the vehicle that can take you there. Like I said, there's a wide variety. I've worked for companies where, that have made 400,000, and the company over here doing the same thing, making 4 million. And it's because of the nature, the world class. Are they world class? Are they the best in the business? That is what's going to determine your pay, okay? Most of all is that you're the best and that you can convince them that you're the best. So anyway, check out my site. Get that 15-minute free consultation. Put your email in. Let's do a consultation. Let me evaluate your business. Sometimes I can just help you over the phone. Other times I can help you by coming out there or you coming out here. There's a variety of ways. I can send you a DVD that has all that information, how to deal with this, how to deal with that. I can send that to you, okay? So anyway, look forward to working with you. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I'm doing more training now than I am doing kitchen cabinet refinishing. So anyway, give me a call. Let's talk. Let's help you get on the road. Let's make some money, okay? All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.